Let's be real, brother. Most guys still believe every "I miss you" text holds weight, that every heart emoji means she's thinking about you. But here's the truth: most men learn the hard way. Words are cheap. A woman can say all the right things and mean none of them, because love isn't spoken, it's shown. Not when it's convenient, not when people are watching, but in the quiet moments, in the unspoken actions that reveal what's real. Today we're cutting through the noise. I'm going to walk you through 6 signs, not guesses, not games. 6 things that women only do when they truly love a man. Not when they're bored, not when they're lonely, not when they're stringing you along until something better shows up. I'm talking about real love, devotion, depth. And once you understand these signs, you'll stop chasing breadcrumbs. You'll stop mistaking attention for affection and energy for effort. Because Stoicism teaches us one thing loud and clear. Don't judge people by what they say when it's easy. Judge them by what they do when it's not. So before we get into the first one, I want to ask you something. Has she really shown you love, or has she just said it? Let's find out. Real love doesn't knock on the front door. It slips in through the little things. You want to know if a woman genuinely loves you? Look at what she does for you when no one asks her to. Not because it's Valentine's Day, not because it's expected, but because something in her just wants to see you win. She brings you coffee when you're on your third Zoom call and haven't left your desk. She texts, "Did you eat?" Not as a habit, but because your well-being is on her radar. She notices the look in your eyes before you say you're exhausted. That's not romance. That's not obligation. That's emotional investment. And let's make something clear. This has nothing to do with old school gender roles. This isn't about submission or knowing her place. This is about intuitive care, a kind of softness only offered to a man she truly sees as hers. Because the truth is, she won't do this for everyone. She won't interrupt her day for a man she's unsure about. She won't make time for someone she's keeping as an option. But when she's all in, her nurturing becomes instinct. So don't just listen to what she says. Watch what she gives when no one's watching. Because that's the real love letter. You want to know how deep her love really runs? Don't just watch how she treats you when you're standing beside her. Pay attention to how she speaks about you when you're not in the room. Because here's the truth. Anyone can play sweet to your face, but loyalty shows up in the shadows. When someone jokes at your expense, does she laugh along? Or does she stop the conversation cold and say, "Don't talk about him like that"? A woman who loves you becomes your silent shield. She protects your name when you're not there to protect it yourself. She'll check her best friend mid-sentence. She'll shut down subtle digs, gossip, sarcasm. Not because she's defensive, but because you matter too much to stay silent. Most women won't do this if they don't care. They'll let their friends mock you. They'll nod when someone calls you too serious or too intense. But when she's all in, when you're not just her man, but part of her identity, your reputation becomes sacred ground. Stoicism teaches us to value character over compliments. So here's the test. If she won't defend you in your absence, does she really deserve your presence? Think about it. You can tell a woman's real intentions before she ever says a word about commitment. Because a woman who truly loves you, she starts choosing you before you even ask her to. She stops entertaining those just friends who low-key flirt. She doesn't ghost them out of fear. She fades them because she no longer needs their energy. You won't have to beg her to pull down thirst traps or wonder why she's out past midnight with guys you've never met. She'll adjust on her own, quietly, intentionally. Not because she's afraid to lose you, but because in her mind, she already has you. That's the difference. Modern dating loves to preach independence, options, keeping your roster just in case. But a woman in love, she starts filtering her world through you. She protects the bond before it even has a title. Her Instagram gets quieter. Her stories become less curated, less performative. You go from being a maybe to being her mental home base. And here's where stoicism kicks in. Pay attention to consistency, not promises. If she's still shopping for attention, she's not sold on connection. So ask yourself, has she made space for you in her world? Or are you still standing in line with everyone else? Because when a woman's heart chooses you, her habits follow. Real love doesn't try to take over your life. It finds a way to move with it. A woman who truly loves you won't try to shrink your passions, silence your purpose, or rearrange your world to fit hers. Instead, she'll observe, she'll listen, and she'll learn how to move in rhythm with you. You hit the gym late at night? She doesn't complain. She checks in after your session. You're grinding to build a business and can't text every few hours? She doesn't guilt trip you. She gives you space, but never distance. This kind of woman doesn't just support from the sidelines. She studies the playbook. She asks about your goals. She learns the names of your mentors. She starts understanding the quiet battles you fight, even when you don't put them into words. But here's the powerful part. She doesn't disappear into your shadow. She still pursues her own goals. She keeps her identity alive while finding ways to align with yours. She doesn't need to be your world. She just wants to build one with you. And that's not clinginess. That's partnership. That's mature feminine energy that knows how to love without losing self. So ask yourself, is she trying to fit into your life or quietly replacing it? The right one will move with you, not against you. You want to know if a woman truly loves you? Let her see you at your worst. Not when you're charming, not when you're on top of your game, but when you're exhausted, lost, doubting yourself, when your silence says more than your words ever could. See, most people are drawn to your highlight reel, your ambition, your confidence, your wins. But the one who loves you, she stays when the mask falls off. She doesn't flinch at your flaws. She doesn't weaponize your past. She sits with you in the quiet, not to fix you, not to judge you, but to hold space for your pain like it matters, because it does to her. And the crazy thing, she respects you even more after seeing the cracks. Because vulnerability, in the eyes of a strong woman, isn't weakness, it's trust. It's proof you've let her behind the armor. She becomes your mirror, not reflecting who you pretend to be, but who you are and who you're becoming. Stoicism reminds us, true loyalty isn't found in how people celebrate your strength. It's revealed in how they respond to your weakness. So ask yourself, when you broke, did she run or did she stay, not out of obligation, but because her soul recognized yours? That kind of love, you don't chase it, you honor it. If even one of these signs resonated with you, you might not just be liked, you might actually be loved. Not the kind of love that fades when things get hard, not the performative, conditional kind, but the kind that shows up, stays, grounds you. The kind of love that becomes your anchor. And brother, in a world that keeps telling men to be unshakable, it's easy to forget this. Even anchors need something steady to hold on to. Even strong men need a woman who doesn't drift when the tides rise. So if you've had that kind of woman in your life, or if you're holding out hope that she's still out there, I want you to do two things. First, hit subscribe to Stoic Mindful Living, because we don't chase fantasy here. We build clarity, self-respect, and a mindset that draws in what's real. Second, drop the word anchor in the comments. Let's see how many men out there still believe in loyalty, in stillness, in something worth holding on to. Because when a woman loves you for who you are, not just for what you do, she doesn't wander. She holds. She becomes the steady in your storm. And that, my friend, is rare. So don't take it lightly.